Welcome back to Market on Close here on this Friday afternoon, about 35 minutes to the closing bell. It's now my pleasure to welcome in our next guest. That's the CEO of Appian. Joining us now is Matt Calkins. Matt, first off, thanks for joining me and congratulations on a strong quarter. Talk to us a little bit, for those who maybe aren't familiar with Appian, what you guys do and what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, we call ourselves the process company. We automate processes for large organizations. And a process is anything that's a multi-step with multi-actors trying to get a job done in coordination. So onboarding a loan, taking in a new customer, resolving a dispute, these are all processes, and they define the reputation and the profitability of major organizations. Our software automates all that.
And as I said, strong quarter. Congratulations. Got those results, I believe, yesterday before the bell. When you're looking at that, I saw you were able to raise your outlook going forward as well. What led into what was a successful quarter for you guys at Appian, and then also the confidence to hike things going forward?
Yeah, we feel strong about this quarter. Our adjusted EBITDA of $16.8 million is a nice follow-up to last quarter's 21.2, and it's really showing the earnings potential in this engine that we've built. We feel great about that. But the main revolution, and we're also doing good business in the federal government despite the disruptions. We're up sharply in terms of billings there. But the thing I'm most pleased about is coming off of our conference last week. We had our annual conference. We dropped a set of new AI-related, agent-related functionality, and it's got such a wave of momentum right now. Our AI usage is up 7.9 times year over year, and we're getting incredible feedback from our customers. I think we've really found a way that we can bring AI to work and make it valuable for our customers.
Along those lines, I think there's been some chatter that maybe kind of peak AI hype happened, but maybe that was more with the hardware build out. Sounds like momentum is only picking up from the software side of things. Do you think that's safe to say?
I think we need to reset our expectations around AI. I don't think it should be about giant leaps of creativity and improvisation, not in 2025 anyway. I think AI should be boring. I think we should use AI for regular jobs and expect it to do regular work with superhuman efficiency. And that's what we do when we put AI into a process.
I think that makes a lot of sense. And if we're looking for ways that companies are being able to monetize and use this technology nearly immediately, it seems like that's where the successes have been. We've heard companies like Walmart, of course, talk about that. And that's obviously a company that could utilize those efficiencies. But I want to come back to something you talked about, which is sort of the government contract and kind of, I guess, what has been perceived from the outside looking in as maybe a little bit more of an uncertain environment going forward with the cuts that were hoped to have been, I guess, found by DOGE. As someone who has that, a company that has that relationship, what has that perspective been when you have a little bit more of a viewpoint in?
Yeah, well, there's absolutely volatility going on in the federal government. I can see it out my window right now. I can look down into Washington. We are on the Beltway, and we've been here for 25 years, and we understand what it means to do business with the federal government. There's never been a time like this. DOGE has overturned a lot of old traditions, and it's not just a destructive force; it's a movement. DOGE wants modernization, wants efficiency, wants positive change as well, and we're working with them in multiple agencies. And look, it's a major variable, and I don't think anybody can predict where it's going. But we started this year declaring cautious optimism, and after a pretty strong first quarter of federal business, we're going to stick with cautious optimism.
You know, Matt, I'd also imagine, too, you're in the business of trying to make processes efficient. It sounds like what DOGE is trying to do. It feels like you could be an answer for some of those things. But that'll tie into my questions as we go into AI again, as I think that's where so much of investor, understanding and concerns are for so many businesses. But talk to me about, I guess, your perspective on what this may mean for job displacement. That's always a worry when new revolutionary technologies come through. You talked about doing things at superhuman efficiencies. I think many's first response to that is like, well, what does that mean for me if I'm the one who's doing that job at human efficiency right now?
Yeah, I look at it this way. For any new piece of technology, I ask, does this make an individual human being more powerful? And AI clearly does. It makes us more efficient. It allows us to get more done in a given day. It extends our capabilities. And so while it is going to reshuffle some jobs, no doubt about that, it's also going to make us all stronger. And it means we're going to be more productive, and the jobs that we inhabit are going to be more powerful jobs. It's not going to cause unemployment. It's going to cause rearrangement, like every technology advancement always does, but it's going to empower humans. And that's the most important thing about it.
Matt, that's an optimistic view, and I think it's one that many share with you. What is something that Matt Calkins and Appian are looking forward to, and whether that's the shorter term or the longer term for both your business and maybe the outlook for the entire AI landscape?
Well, we're thrilled about deploying agents this year throughout business processes because we believe that inside of a process, an AI agent can be far more effective than it can be running on its own. It's a bit like an engine needs a car in order to get anywhere. All that structure, whether it's tracking or delegating or the guardrails that you get, all that structure that process gives to AI is a necessary component to get AI to really get to work. So I'm excited about deploying this functionality across all of our customers. I'm also excited about the AI conversation, moving from one where it's characterized by hyperbole to one where it's characterized by results and real numbers and real stories and real voices.
Well, we're excited as well, and we hope to have you back to see how things are unfolding as time goes on and AI continues to evolve going forward. Matt, thanks so much for joining me, and have a great weekend, and we'll catch up soon. That's Matt Calkins, CEO of Appian.